Good morning, everyone. Let's start with the class. Yes, so we have been dealing with chapter 2 from history, right? Page 110. Okay, early humans. So, in the previous class, we discussed up till 112, that is Paleolithic age, right? Okay, so today let us see this Mesolithic age. Okay, we'll finish up the chapter today. As I read the text, please look into the book. I hope you all are going through the TLMs, which is being shared with you, the teaching learning materials. And also do note that the answers of all the assignments are being shared with you on a daily basis on the next following class. So today let us do this page 112, Mesolithic age. Around 12,000 years ago, major changes came about in the climatic conditions prevailing throughout the world. As a result, the climate became relatively warm. It marked the beginning of the Mesolithic, or you can say the Middle Stone Age. Okay. Underline what marked the beginning of Mesolithic. It is basically the climatic changes which took place throughout the world. Okay. As the climate became relatively warm, so that was the beginning of the Middle Stone Age. The Mesolithic Age or the Middle Stone Age lasted for a comparatively short period of time. The warm climate led to an increase in variety of plants and animals. Hunting and gathering food became easier. Thus, conditions for human survival became favorable. Underline that sentence. The warm climate. What were the advantages or the benefits of warm climate, or what changes took place because of the warm climate during the Mesolithic period? So this is the answer for those questions. If you listen to this explanation, as I told you earlier also, because most of the question and answers or the main important points, main lines are being discussed during the process of explanation itself. So, what were the main major changes that that the warm climate brought during this Mesolithic period? The warm climate led to an increase in variety of plants and animals. Hunting and gathering food became easier, and also the condition for human survival became favorable. All right. Mesolithic culture represents a variety of hunting, fishing, and food gathering techniques. During the Mesolithic period, people began to make different types of tools called microlith. Underline that. What do you mean by microlith? During the Mesolithic period, people began to make different types of tools, which was termed as microlith. These were smaller, sharper, and more efficient than the Paleolithic tools. Scrapers, borers, hammers, sickles, and arrowheads were made and used as tools. The bow and arrow made it easy to hunt to hunt fast moving animals. Hooks and baits improved fishing. Microliths have been found at Adamgarh, which is in Madhya Pradesh, and Bagor, which is in Rajasthan. Alright, so now let us discuss this paragraph. So, basically, during this Mesolithic period, the Mesolithic culture, what happened is that you would see this as compared to the Paleolithic age or the Paleolithic period. During this period, varieties of different methods of hunting, fishing, food gathering, okay, different methods, different techniques was you will be able to notice in this period. Firstly, secondly, people also began to use different type of tools as compared to those stone age, those what do you call old stone age, okay, not stone age, the old stone age, that is Paleolithic period, as most of the tools were this made up of stones and all. But here people, they did use stone tools, but however they started making different types of tools which were called microliths. Second, thirdly, these tools were much more smaller, sharper, and more efficient as compared to the Paleolithic tools. Okay. Fourth, some of the tools, if you need to give an example, you can note down it's scraper, borer, hammer, sickles, and arrowheads were made and used as tools during this Mesolithic period. Please underline that. Some of the tools of Mesolithic period: scrappers, borers, hammers, sickles, and arrowheads. Now, the bow and arrow, it was easy for this the period or the people of Mesolithic period. That's because of this bow and arrow, they were able to easily hunt even fast-moving animals. Hooks and baits improved fishing, and if you want to see this, what do you call the different tools which were used during the Mesolithic period, which is called microliths, you can see them if you visit Adamgarh, a place in Madhya Pradesh, and Bagor, a place in Rajasthan. Next, we have domestication of plants and animals. Domestication began in the Mesolithic age. Underline that. Today we have, most of us, we have pets, right? Domestic pets and all, or even animals like cattle and all. So this domestication of animals, it actually started in the Mesolithic period. The process of selecting and gradually training animals and the art of growing food is called domestication. Underline. What do you mean by domestication? The process of selecting, as because we cannot keep all animals at home. All animals are not domesticated animals. All right. There are few of them which can be termed as domesticated animals, but provided you need to train them as well. Otherwise, even domestic animals can be harmful at times. The characteristics of this period were hunting and fishing settlement along rivers on lake shores, where fish and other aquatic creatures were abundant. All right. One of the main feature of this particular period is that hunting and fishing settlement. Now, fish is something which is generally found, which is found in waters, right? River, lakes, and all. So, as a result, the people of this Mesolithic period, what did they do was that they started settling along the rivers or on the lake shores, okay, near to water bodies. Why? Because fish and other aquatic creatures will be easily available for them, and it will be in abundance. They won't have any shortage of it. Mesolithic humans discovered the food value of the seeds and certain grasses such as barley and wheat. Okay, underline that as well. Some of the seed and grasses which was discovered by the Mesolithic human being. That's barley and wheat. So barley and wheat, this has got this connection. What is this Mesolithic period? Which period? Around 12,000 to 10,000 years ago. So this barley and wheat has got a long history. They began to gather this from the food. Seeds that fell at the time of gathering might have sprouted, suggesting the magic link between seeds and plant. No, see, this is something. You can say cultivation, okay, or farming. It was something, as it is mentioned in the book, that while collecting the seeds, those might have felt on the ground and which resulted in sprouting, okay, and that is where the linkage between seeds and plant took place. Later, they might have experimented by dropping seeds into the soil and found plants growing. So at first, when it happened accidentally, but there is a word called might. That means just take it for just for your assumption. Take it in this way that at first maybe the seed might have fallen accidentally, unknowingly, which resulted in growing of plants, and later on, this the Mesolithic people, they tried themselves by experimenting by dropping some seeds on the soil. Man learned to tame some gentle animals such as wild dog, cow, goat, etc., and use them for his own benefit. Okay, this is with regard to the domestication of plants and animals. So let us have a quick recap. Firstly, it was in the Mesolithic period that domestication began. Secondly, what do you mean by domestication? Selecting of animals and gradually training them, and also the art of growing food is called domestication. Third, This during this Mesolithic period, people mainly settled near this what you call rivers and lakes, as because it was easily available for them for fish and other aquatic creatures. Next, it was the Mesolithic human who discovered the food and also this grasses or grains, you can call this what you call barley and wheat. And when it comes to farming, at first it so happened that the seeds fell accidentally, because of which plants started growing. Later on, this Mesolithic human, they experimented themselves by dropping some seeds on the soil, from which they found that plants were growing. And the last from this topic is that those animals which were mainly domesticated were and a wild dog, cow, goat, etc. Okay, so these were the animals which were tamed, trained, domesticated for their own personal benefits. Next, we have the first houses. In the Mesolithic age, man made their own primitive houses, which were usually built in river valleys, because in this region there was plenty of water and fertile soil for growing crops. Underline that. Why were the houses constructed in the river valleys? Answer: because in this region, in this area, there was plenty of water and fertile soil for growing crops. Okay, now primitive houses. Mesolithic people made their own primitive houses, means houses of this what do you call of the old days, with not that so much highly sophisticated tools are being used. It's the all the general normal tools, the ordinary tools which are equipments, or old house, right? The traditional houses, you can say that primitive houses. Remains of human burial have been found at some Mesolithic sites. The dead were buried along with offerings such as food and ornaments. So, see, another thing we get to know about this Mesolithic age is that the rituals that we all have when it comes to the human burial and all, this also started during this Mesolithic period. I'll read that paragraph once again. Remains of human burial have been found at some Mesolithic sites. The dead were buried along with offerings, along with offerings such as food and ornaments. So some of the rituals gradually started with regard to the burial of human being during this period. So that is why you remember right in the beginning of this chapter we told you, if you refer back, where is that? Yeah, page number 111, left hand side, first, second, third para. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, third para, fifth line. I would just like to read that sentence once again. This period marked a phase of transition between the Paleolithic and the Neolithic age. Okay, this period, which period? Mesolithic. So see, as now we are studying these first houses, we are studying this domestication of plants and animals. So what is this? This is basically the changes which is taking place. So the Mesolithic period is, that is why, considered to be a period of transition between Paleolithic and Neolithic. Next, rock paintings. Rock paintings, which are considered to be the precious remains of the past. One of the most important sources about the early humans are the rock paintings of the Stone Age found around the world. At the rock shelters of Bhimbetka, located in Madhya Pradesh, more than 500 paintings by Paleolithic and Mesolithic humans have been found. These caves have been listed as World Heritage Site by UNESCO. In most of these paintings, animals have been shown separately as part of hunting scenes or running after hunters. Birds, fish, lizards, crab, frogs, and scorpions have also been drawn. Some paintings also show men and women. Red and white were the most widely used colors. Alright, there's a figure also given for your reference, figure 2.6, one of the rock painting at Bhimbetka. What is it? I'm not able to figure out this rock painting, but however, keeping in consideration of the time period, that is 12,000 to 10,000 years ago, you can say this painting is, it's a fine painting. 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, not now. Some of you, even today also, you draw such type of painting, right? Even after 10 to 12,000 years ago. Even I am one of those. I'm not good at painting. All right, coming back. So this rock painting, which are considered to be one of the precious remains of the past, this, as the book says, these are an important source when it comes to, uh, to tell us about the early human being, to tell us about the culture, the society, or the lifestyle that they had. As because from these paintings, from these images which are craved in the rock and all, we get to know various various knowledge about their lifestyle, about the way they live, about their culture, about the tradition. As it is mentioned that in most of these paintings, underline the second paragraph, in most of the paintings you will see animals have been shown separately. And also, why separately? As a part of hunting scenes, or you can say running after hunters. At times, these paintings, in among these paintings, you also see birds, fish, lizards, crab, frog, scorpion. Okay, and some of the paintings also show men and women, and most of these paintings are in red and white color. Okay, now in our country, in India, we have this rock paintings in the rock shelter, which is at Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Underline this. Where is this rock painting found in India? Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. More than 500 paintings are there. They are of Paleolithic and Mesolithic humans, and as a result, it has been listed as the World Heritage Site by UNESCO. So even in our country, we have so many sources of history. We need to know. We need to learn. If you ever get an opportunity to visit these places, the rock shelters and all, try to gather the piece of information that you get. Okay. Yes, so with this we come to the end of this chapter. So let us just recapitulate some the main key points of the chapter that we have discussed. First, historians believe that life originated on this planet some around 3,500 million years ago. Second, human being in the earliest stage were hunter, you can say, food gatherers and all. Third, the prehistoric age is also called the Stone Age. Fourth, the Stone Age is divided into Old Stone Age, Middle Stone Age, and the New Stone Age. Middle Stone Age Mesolithic, Old Stone Age Paleolithic, right? One of the greatest discoveries made by the early human was the discovery of fire. The climate started getting warmer during the Mesolithic age, changing in the life of early human. During the Mesolithic period, humans also developed interest in art, especially cave painting. So these are some of the main key points of the chapter. These are some of the. It doesn't mean that only these are the key points, that if you just go through this, that's enough. There are also many other key points, all right, which are in between the text. You need to read and find out. Next, we have this what you call glossary, some of the word meanings. So that's all. With this, we come to the end of the text, this particular chapter. Please go through the text, all right, and yes, fill in the blanks, true or false, match the column, and some. We have some short question answers, and also some question answers, descriptive question answers, we can say, and especially this, HOTS, high order thinking skill. I will mark this. These are very important, okay, because it does not only, this type of questions are such questions which does not only check with that your understanding of the chapter, but it also checks your creativity. Okay. All right. So we are done with this text. In the next class, we shall see which section to start, as this is from history. So we have a geography and what is that? Civics, sports science, right? So complete the exercise. See you in the next class. Study well. Stay at home.